The 2024 Formula One Championship, which just concluded, saw Ferrari as a major protagonist until the very end of the season. A battle in the Constructors Championship with McLaren highlighted how the Maranello team has made significant progress compared to recent years. For the first time since the hybrid era began in Formula One, the prancing horse fought for a title until the finish line of the final race. It's certainly nothing to celebrate, as Charles Leclerc himself made clear immediately after last Sunday's race in Abu Dhabi. However, the improvements over the past 2 years are undeniable, especially considering the team came from a period of disastrous management, with glaring shortcomings both technically and in communication. We are, of course, talking about Mattia Binotto, the former Ferrari team principal, and now a key figure at Sauber Audi as the four-ringed brand prepares to enter Formula One in 2026. After a long and successful career in Maranello, the Italian engineer pursued a path to power at the end of 2018, earning a promotion as head of the Ferrari Racing Department, replacing Maurizio Arrivabene, with all the associated consequences. Apart from the first half of 2022, when the car interpreted the early stages of the current technical regulations well, Mattia Binotto's management was disastrous in every respect. This was not just about technical issues, but also communication, as the role of a team principal involves effectively addressing the media, engaging fans, and responding to colleagues' statements. Under Mattia Binotto's management, Ferrari was an outright disaster. 3 wins in 2019, 4 in 2022, and then a complete void. The 2020 Formula One season was marred by an engine crippled by the FIA, which had deemed it not entirely compliant in the previous year. The handling of drivers was abysmal, such as the controversial departure of Sebastian Vettel, who publicly contradicted Mattia Binotto about the manner in which his contract renewal was denied. Then there were the injustices toward Charles Leclerc in 2022 to favor Carlos Sainz, as seen in the British Grand Prix at the Silverstone circuit, with pathetic excuses about track position, a factor far less critical in modern Formula One than having the most effective tires at a certain moment of the race. In short, Frederic Vasseur's arrival was a breath of fresh air for the entire Maranello team, which had been left demoralized by the disastrous 2023 car Mattia Binotto's final legacy. Yet, true to his poor communication skills, the former Ferrari team principal claimed in an October interview with the Italian daily newspaper Corriere della Sera that, had he still been at Ferrari, he would never have signed Lewis Hamilton. Mattia Binotto stated that he wouldn't have signed Lewis Hamilton, but acknowledged that the driver had done well to seize the opportunity. The new Audi boss expressed agreement with the decision made by the 7-time Formula One world champion, noting that Ferrari had already focused on other drivers. Mattia Binotto also believed that, as the team's key talent, Charles Leclerc should be the one guided toward achieving the main objective, a statement that ultimately amounts to little, especially since Carlos Sainz, evidently his protege, was removed from the Ferrari project to make room for a 7-time F1 world champion. At the time, Scuderia Ferrari was in the thick of the world championship battle, riding the momentum of American victories by Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz in the Austin Grand Prix and the Mexico City Grand Prix. There was no time, or perhaps no inclination, to respond to comments from a member of another team. Once the engines were off and the season settled, Frederic Vasseur had the chance to share his thoughts on those remarks when prompted by the Italian media. The Frenchman quipped with his characteristic irony that he didn't think Lewis Hamilton would have considered joining Sauber. He remarked on how many people seemed to have time to comment on Ferrari's decisions, while he himself remained focused on the team's work. Reflecting on his time at Sauber, the French manager noted that he was not permitted to speak about Ferrari. He also acknowledged that Lewis Hamilton was in a complicated situation after a long collaboration, and suggested that some frustration was understandable, given the challenges of the season, which the British driver knew would not be easy. Once again, Frederic Vasseur offered a subtle but pointed lesson to Mattia Binotto, who seemingly had nothing more pressing to occupy his thoughts. The French manager continues to rebuild a team that the Italian engineer left in pieces. It takes time, but it's clear that a driver as significant as Lewis Hamilton would not have even considered leaving Mercedes for Ferrari's cause just a few years ago. Something has changed for the better in Maranello. The 2024 Formula One campaign will go down in history as one of Ferrari's best seasons in the hybrid era as we await what 2025 has in store. Frederic Vasseur is already looking ahead, emphasizing the importance of consolidating the Maranello team's mindset, a process that will be aided by Lewis Hamilton's arrival. During the final press conference in Abu Dhabi, the team principal reflected on the upcoming season for the Scuderia, which he believes offers a promising opportunity. When asked about the priorities for the new season, Fred Vasseur reiterated a concept he has expressed before, aligning with the identity he is instilling at Ferrari. The French manager explained that it would be a mistake to focus on a single area, as achieving strong performance requires attention to every pillar, such as reliability, which impacts all parts of the car. Frederic Vasseur stressed the need for improvement across all areas and departments, but avoided specifying priorities to prevent singling out individuals or groups. The Ferrari team principal clarified that this perspective was not meant as criticism, but as a mindset for the team. He highlighted the importance of striving for constant improvement, working incrementally to gain even fractions of a second. He described this relentless pursuit as fundamental to the DNA of motorsport, warning that without such a mindset, success is unattainable. Fred Vasseur continued by expressing his commitment to encouraging every employee to recognize their role in contributing to performance and emphasized the need to surpass the achievements of 2024. Fred Vasseur has consistently highlighted the importance of mindset, addressing both journalists and the Ferrari team. He believes Hamilton will play a pivotal role in shaping the new identity of the Maranello outfit, contributing both culturally and athletically. Vasseur noted that having individuals join from other teams with different cultural perspectives is invaluable, not as a critique of any nationality, but as a means of fostering skill transfer. He acknowledged Ferrari's relative isolation in this regard, and expressed confidence that Hamilton's extensive experience in Formula One, including his world titles, would provide a significant boost to sustain the team's drive for continuous improvement. The Frenchman further stressed that performance doesn't come from a single individual or team, but is a collective effort. Reflecting on Lewis Hamilton's early career, he recalled how the driver focused on small details, a trait he sees as crucial for success. He pointed out that the performance gap in qualifying between Ferrari and McLaren often amounts to just a few hundredths of a second, underlining the importance of refining every detail. This meticulous mindset, he emphasized, is equally necessary to compete with Red Bull and Mercedes, as finding every thousandth of a second can make the difference. The leader of the Maranello team has consistently avoided raising expectations too high, but has highlighted the opportunity that 2025 could bring for Ferrari. He expressed optimism about the team's collective improvement and high morale, emphasizing that this sense of unity and the drive to do better are crucial for progress. He also conveyed confidence in the significant step forward Ferrari is poised to make, crediting the work done at the factory. What reassures him most, however, is the progress achieved over the past year and the team's ability to respond effectively in challenging moments. He noted that the true strength of the team is revealed during difficult times, as success often masks underlying issues. Reflecting on tough moments, he pointed out that Ferrari consistently reacted well, citing their ability in June to quickly find solutions with everyone aligned in their efforts.